Yes, it's that Friday feeling. Yes, it's not only that Friday feeling, it's a Balsa Friday feeling. Yes, back to work to the Harrier. Alrighty then. As you can see, I've done the winglets. I put them on, and I've put this on. I did do this wrong. As you can see in the picture, this is how it was meant to be, but I actually put the hinges in the middle, so I'm an idiot. But it doesn't matter, it is what it is, and it's staying like that. So you can see the winglets, they protrude on the wing, which is right, so they're all done. So we've done that to both wings. Now the next thing I need to do is that I need to cut out a 50mm. There is a slot in, if you can see, there you go. There's a slot here. Now that's to fit in the fuselage. There's a piece of timber here, look, there's a picture. So that little bit of timber there, this needs to fit on, and so that is 100mm, so 50mm each wing. Also, I need to make a little hole here because this should be coming out of here, not here. There's nothing in the instructions. It's one of these things you've got to just get on and do, as they say. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to measure 50mm, making sure I'm getting in that line, and sort of coming up to 50mm. Now I've put what have I put on here? Tape. Bit of tape. I put a bit of tape on there just so let's just get that there. Put a bit of tape because you can't, as I say, you know, well, so many people have said you can't draw on balsa really. It doesn't come out very well. So I'm gonna, hopefully that's kind of there. Looks good to me. So I've got to cut that out. Now here I need to just cut out basically 9mm. That's about 8mm, the size of the end, the plug, no, whatever you like to call it. I just need to cut that sort of like so. I'm almost going to cut out a 10 metres, good God, man. Sort of 9mm by about 4mm hole here. So then I can just prize it up there, and Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt apparently. And back in the room. Yes, here we go. So I've cut these out. Now you're saying, oh, let's get that out of the way. You're saying, Chris, oh my God, you've cut a shape bigger than that one. Well, no, because this is the size. This is actually the cutout. So this is like the CNC pack that you get, and that's where that little piece came out that this slots into. Now this one, if you listen carefully, hang on, I'm just taping this together. Excuse me. Listen to this. Oops, sorry. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Let's get that in focus. Nice, nice. And then this one on this side, I'll get it back in focus. Oh dear. Now that is the CNC cut panels. So when they cut them, the machine must have had a moment and made it to be, because all I did, I've cut from the sides back. So that's how much that one is out. Because that's a shame, because I thought, well, this is great. I'll just put that in there like so, and that'll help me keep it straight and everything else when I'm gluing it. Anyway, back to the drawing board for that one. Also, there's my little 2 holes that I've cut out for the cables, so they're all done and symmetrical. So basically, I'm going to play about. This is one of these things. It's not going to be, because there's nothing to slot together like other wings. There's no braces, no nothing.
I think I'm going to need a doctor. I know, Dr. George.
Yes, back again. Yes, and the wing is back again as well. Thanks to George, what a hero. Yes, we went round to George's the other day and he helped me do this wing. And I don't think I could have done this with him myself, to be honest with you. But we actually used Blendem. So this was done with like 20-minute epoxy. And you kind of like, stick a bit of Blendem here and then you pull it tight and stick it down there. So it's literally bringing the wings together. Because it's got its own anhedral anyway. We did need to make a little cut here, a little slither, just for it did hit the fan, inside the fan rim. So we just cut that rather than cutting the rim. But it's all stuck together pretty well, and it's pretty level and straight, and I'm quite surprised. Yes, I am. I mean, there's a few odd things. It's not a perfect wing by any means, you know. I think the gap here is a bit bigger than this gap there is a bit bigger than that, because it came away where I didn't put enough glue in it and I didn't push it back in quick enough. Lots of little things, but you know, is that going to make a difference? I doubt it. I mean, let's face it, it's going to crash probably in the first 2 seconds anyway. Okay, so before we put the wings on, I need to do a couple of bits and pieces here. I've got a back section, this is a little slither, and a front section, so the wing all sits together before we glue it. And also, as you've noticed, I still have not glued the pipe. No, So we're going to do that as well. And also I've decided that I want to put the, I think you'll be out of a shot, you will be. I'm going to put the electronics in the cockpit. It calls for the electronics to actually sit on this, which is the back side of the battery, which I'm not really happy about because you can't get to it. So if it's got an issue, you can't get to it. So I want to extend the cables into that front. Now, I believe it's F14. This is F14 right here. See, it slivers and it sits at the back here. I can't remember what I've done with F14. I had it here somewhere. And you know that I'm going to remake one, which I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it and then I'm going to find it. But for that, I thought I'd put it in my little box with my hatch. I've still got my hatch. Don't know. Anyway, so I've got a bit of the cut off from another piece of wood. I think they're the same. This is I think this is a bit harder. This is a bit softer. So I'm going to basically all I'm going to do is find a bit. I think a bit harder. I'm going to go for just there, and then I'm going to draw it out and probably cut it out by freehand, and then cut it a bit bigger. Excuse me, so then I can sand. You haven't got it, have you? Alrighty. Yeah, it's overhead cam time. Not probably the best cam position at the moment with the wings in, because it's kind of like its arse is off the side because of all my little boxes and bits and pieces. Anyway, enough chitty chatter. You're saying to me, Chris, why have I seen cables in here? Well, I'll go and tell you that in a minute. Excuse me. So I put the front edge on, the little gap filler, as they like to call it. It doesn't really, I'm not sure, it's going to take, once I've stuck the wings, it's going to take a lot of finessing, I think, because to get this to join this, if that makes sense. If the pictures I've seen, this looks quite all together, but because this dips down in here and dips here and dips there, it doesn't do that there, so I'm going to see about that. We've got a back piece here that kind of, I thought it sat on the wing. It doesn't appear so I might make a couple of these, but this is just because we've got our back here is like a cone we've got to put on here. I'll call it a cone shape anyway, which is going to be a laugh to try and do. That's not stuck, that's just sat in there, whatever the French. So this just pops off, which it does. I've got the extension cables here. Now, if I just move her over now, we haven't got the wings, if I just put the wings over there. Right, I have taken the tail section off. We'll go into that a bit later on. Let's just zoom down a bit. Now, let's not lose that one. I still haven't found the other one, but I'm going to put that over there. So let's see, okay. Right, you'll be glad to know, hang on, stop the press. Oh yes, hold tight, sit down, drink your cup of tea, because yes, I hot glued the fan to the pipe. Yes, finally, yes. I've been looking at this going, is there anything else, is there anything else, is there anything else, is there anything else? Yes, I'm repeating myself because I had to keep doing that. The reason why, because the wing is a stuck wing, and that's it, it's a one-piece plane. So once you stuck it down, that's it, you're not getting back in this area. So I've made sure also that all the connections are working, the servo leads and everything else. I did use the extensions of the little clip, but you could have put some, heat shrink around it. I did put some heat shrink here, but that was just to glue it. So I hot glued it to the edge there, so it's out the way of this area as much as possible, really. Now, it calls for the receiver to be here. Now, one is right next to the battery, which, you know, these days is with certain... It doesn't really get interference these days from batteries, but it's still not a good place to put it. Plus, I do want to put a gyro in this. Oh, you're saying, golly gosh, Chris, don't, you know, fly like a man. So we've got to glue all this and it's gone. So I didn't want to leave the radio there because I could have put it on some Velcro and pulled it off, but then if I'm going to put a gyro, yes, the gyro works best on CFG, we know this, but a gyro can also be put in the nose and also receiver. So I'm going to make my little, I don't know, design in there, so you can have the little man and the canopy, but I am going to screw the canopy on with my little screws and then take it off. So if I need to get to the receiver or anything else, it's all in there, which is great. Alrighty, so I've put all the cables in that I needed to put in, including the battery voltage cable and bits and pieces. I did change the cables that went to the sail section because I had some longer ones which are perfect. So now I've got to think about the battery strap. Now you get this, you can get like a reel of it from Amazon. It's just the hooky side of the Velcro. And the good thing about this hooky side is a wasty one that I've got, is that what you do is that they come with these little kind of, I don't know what you call them, plastic with holes in. And then when you go around the battery, that's the way it'll be facing down on top of there. You bring it back through. I've got to remember which way it goes round. It's this way, isn't it? Yeah, so you bring it round and then it laps on itself, and there you go. So the way this has to go then is the flat side down, which is down that side there. I'm going to put that there, I think. It's a nice place for a battery to be. I've got to make sure, in fact, I've got to put it back because I've got to make sure I can reach it through the hatch or through the hole. So if I do that, and in fact I'll do both sides. Okay, then if I just make sure my cable's out of the way, I'm going to super glue my cables. I'm going to chuck some super glue there, stick that down, and then yeah, well, we'll come back a bit. And there you go. So the Velcro's in place. I did super glue it, if I can put that. And also, because the hooks were facing upwards, it was just easy just to cut another piece as well, just to hold all the cables there nice and neatly, so they don't sort of fall down and get caught and everything else, because there is that limited space that you've got. Now there's one more thing that I need to do before the wings can be stuck on, because they are ready to be stuck on, and that's the servos on the wing. I'd rather do them now than when it's on, and that's just to stick them out. At the moment they've just got a bit of sticky, but George showed me a little trick the other day that for putting servos in that you can't screw in anywhere.
Okay, tip time.
Yes, okay, so I've got my servo here that I pencil marked where the actual unit's going, and I just want to pencil mark it some more just on that edge so I know where that's going. I did stick it down with a bit of sticky in. It's come off now. I've just taken it off. George saying to use tape. So if we get some electrical tape now, obviously we don't want to stretch it, because if it stretches it's pulling on itself, so we want it nice and relaxed. And then he says just put it once round, so we just want it around the whole thing, which is kind of, that's the whole thing. In fact, if I just do it, if I cut it so we've got the tape that we need, about like that, so, and then if I just put it on, I mean this is so you can change the servos, or take the servo off if you need to. So I just want it just before those. Do I want it on the back? This is a lot of fiddling about. I thought, well, this will be a 2-second thing. I tell you what, let me. You get the idea. So then I've got to make a sliver there so it fits around there, and let me stop there. Let me actually get it on. Otherwise, you're going to sit me, watch me doing this all day long. Hold tight. So there you go, stuck. So I cut it through so the cable and everything else. I've got to try and keep this in focus. It's going to be kind of fun. Oh ding, someone's after me. But there you go, making sure that the join of the actual tape is at the top. Then you're laughing. Right, so now I do use this. I mean, I've got this, you know, not keep publicising Formax and George Formax, but he sells all the good stuff, and he's local to me, which is great. He sells this stuff. Now, you know, I like my deluxe stuff, it's fantastic, but there's also this other stuff. It's called Mitre Fast Everbuild, and you get, just like any other super glue, you get the I don't know, what's it called, what's this called, I don't know, Mitre Fast Activator, that's the word, sorry. So I like the activator as well, so it's all good. But this is really good. The reason I like this is because it's gloopy. I know you can get some glues, but it's nice. I like it. So anyway, so you go on this all on the tape, try and obviously not get it on anything else. And then obviously if you change your servo, all you need to do is just cut the tape off. And then start again, I suppose. Then what I do with I've got to try and do two hands here. Then what you do is you get the wood, spray the activator on it. And this is where you've got to be... you got to be spot on. Right, so I'm going to make sure I've got that lined up, and that lined up, and keep that lined up, and keep that lined up, and oh my god, the phone's going off and stuff. Oh, in line and in line. So there you go, that's all in line. So presumably that goes off straight away. In fact, it is. That's brilliant. That's not moving. That's not going anywhere. Loving that. And there you go, I can put that back so I can do the other one. Then I'm going to glue the wing on. Yes, I am. I won't show you that because I need to get a bit technical. Well, there you go. Wings are on. Wow. There she goes. She looks totally different with the wings on. All good. All fantastic. Apart from, if you look, I don't know if that's in focus, and there's not a lot I can do about it if it's not. There's a couple of ridges here where if you look at the actual pictures and stuff, this is all blended in. I'm not sure how that could be. So it looks like I've got a bit of finessing to do, but that's all good. But the wings are on, they're solid. The electronics is kind of in and ready, and I've just got a bit of finessing to do. I've got to do the tail section. The reason I took off the tail section, or I didn't glue it, was because I need to do my cigar. What are you on about cigar? Yes, this cigar. Well, it's not. It just needs to be put on the back of the tail. And I've got to cut that down in bits and pieces, and I've also got to do the little back as well. I've kind of run out of time really today. But yeah, I've got to do the back, which is kind of like a half cone shape, or whatever you like to call it. That fits on there. So, but that could be probably next week's video, because this I'm going to try and minimise it all as much as I can now, because it has taken quite a while actually to do this, and I have put myself to this month to get it done, to get it maidened. So I'm just going to do bits and pieces, and then I'm going to paint it, sand and seal, sorry, and then cover it where it needs to. I'm not going to only with material, so it can be painted. So I'm finding that it's the last bits and pieces, or as Colin would say, the last 10% is a pain in the butt. The wing is straight according to here, within a millimetre I think, but that could be with a sanding. But it's not fitted perfectly, and that's probably just me. It's probably I've done something wrong somewhere along the line, I don't know. But the great thing about it, Balsa, you can always adapt. So, and obviously I've got to make the front as well, the cockpit as well, so it fits. It can fit my little main that comes with the kit, with the CNC kit, or extra actually, the plastic, 3D printed, sorry, and the receiver. And we're probably going to put a gyro of some sorts, probably the Hobby Eagle gyro. That'd be really interesting to try that out. I mean, all my big receivers have got their gyros in, FR Sky stuff, have all got their gyros in anyway. This one's a little 6-channel we're putting in here, so it'd be kind of cool to see what happens. But I think being an anhedral, especially a jet, and I'm totally not used to it, I should have that bit of comfort zone just to hit the oh my crap button. Oh yes. Well, thanks for popping by and seeing the update of the Harrier. It's been a long time coming, sort of like get back into the Harrier and get it done, but it's all these little bits, it's like and ahhing what to do and how to do it. But as I say, this is a journey in itself for me, the Harrier, because it's teaching me how to build, and all you wonderful people, and including George and Colin, all showing me how to do it, and obviously great channels that I watch as well. So I'm happy. It just needs more finessing, but she'll soon be in the air. I mean, those wings are stuck. They are glued. No one's getting their wings off. It'll probably crash, and the wings will just be there sitting there, and the nose and tail will be off. Something like that. Anyway, so I'm gonna carry on in a little while, and just and if I can record it, I will do. Right, and it's bank holiday weekend this weekend, so hey, you never know. Anyway, if you're getting at this bank holiday weekend, probably not in the UK because it's raining and everything else. We're coming towards the end of May now, about a week away from the end of May, end of spring, before the summertime in the UK. But we have got a week's worth of rain coming up, so I mean the country does need a bit of rain after all the dryness and the fields and everything else. But it stops us from flying, which is no good at all. So you'll probably be in the hangar. If you're not in the UK, or you're in a little piece of the UK that's got loads and loads of sunshine, then get out and fly and have some fun. Get out in any RC stuff, boats, cars, helicopters, quads, you name it. Talking of quads, I think I am with Dr. David Owens tomorrow, being his spotter for a custom car show, custom car and bike show. So that should be interesting anyway. Yes, and yeah. And then back in the hangar for me until hopefully I can get this crushed out. Not crushed, that's the wrong word to use, isn't it? Built. Let's get this built, ready to maiden, so we can get some flights as soon as we get that sun back again. But if you are out there, be safe, keep safe, but most of all, have fun. Enjoy your life. Life is too short, it really is. And don't wait around to find out. Get out there and have some fun. And spread the word about Dad's RC Hangar. I mean, you can do your own bit now. You can like and you can subscribe. And if you want to, become a member. Yes, I say it like I'm not ashamed to. I need your love. I need more. Thanks for putting up with the crazy guy in the hangar. See you later.